But before that, I used to see people trading, but I didn't know what this means because I used to see some big boys, big men rolling out in flashy areas. They are holding their phones, their computers. They click things like graphs, things like candlesticks, like that. But then they were having that good life that I would wish to have. I was in KMGC, but you see now, at night I don't have anything to do, and given that I had just to go to the charts, I was aggressive in knowing these things, so I didn't care about class. I didn't care about anything. What I only cared about is knowing this thing. And after going online and seeing how young people are thriving into it, young people are doing it, I said to myself, I have to do this thing through thick and thin. Now, at that point, I was seeing like I don't care if I'm going to leave this school. I don't care if this school is going to do what. What I care about is I have to know this thing. I could sit in class and just open chat. I was just
Yeah.
So this is where I was hearing people say, if you want to trade demo, you learn with small accounts because you cannot practice driving with a Prado, knowing very well that you are going to drive a Subaru.
Crash it.
But yeah, Subaru in the road. So you practice with. I started practicing with small accounts. I could literally take a $20 account up to $200 account with that demo.
Traders, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Top Dollar Trader Podcast, and welcome to another episode of the Top Dollar Trader Podcast. So, my name is Omari Charles, and I'm promised you that I'm bringing you legit traders who are doing legit things on the market. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited because I'm joined by one man, Mr. Josh. So, he's here, he's going to share his experience of the market with us, and I'm hoping that you are going to pick value from him. But ladies and gentlemen, before we get into Josh, I want to ask you that you like the video, because when you like the video, then you automatically help me in growing this channel, and you can also consider subscribing to my channel. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this time to invite and welcome Mr. Josh. So Josh, man, how are you feeling today?
I'm good, bro.
I want to take this time, Kwanzaa. I thank you for showing up, so I don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
good.
if we can, yeah, thank you. So if we can get straight into it, I want to understand now your journey into Forex. Like, what is this one thing which attracted you to the market? Na wakati uliona the market, you felt compelled, and it cultivated maybe that interest into the market. So take us back, where it all began, and give us that story to maybe till now.
Okay, so this is my journey to Forex. Initially, I didn't know Forex exists. I'd never met any trader, but I met some people who were working online. They were doing so many things online. Some were doing digital marketing, network marketing, and anything to do with marketing online. So, firstly, I started working with the digital marketing platforms, affiliate marketing, network marketing, all combined. So by that time, I was still in campus, and there was this time when I went to the library to study, but our library had free internet, that is free Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So when I was scrolling in the internet, just an advert popped. But before that, I used to see people trading, but I didn't know what this means because I used to see some big boys, big men rolling out in flashy areas. They're holding their phones, their computers. They click things like graphs, things like candlesticks, like that. But then they were having that good life that I would wish to have. So when I saw this advert, I clicked into it. But there was this broker. It's called expert option. I think if I
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
remember, that was the advert I clicked. But then I was seeing some things like graphs moving. Then there's a point you are told to buy, sell, buy, sell. So I was very curious. How is this thing done? Do you wait until it tries to buy, then you press or something like that? So
Mm-hmm.
fortunately, I went to class, but there was this my friend.
Mm-hmm.
We used to sit next to each other, but he already met Forex. He already knew something about Forex, something about candlesticks, and some few things involved in Forex. So I went and told him because I was seeing him so much into these online things, these technology things. Like, so I went and asked him, "Do you know about this thing? This thing seems like I've seen it somewhere, but
Mm-hmm.
then I don't know how these people get those things that look like graphs." Now, this is the person who told me, uh, you get them here. He introduced me to TradingView. Now I can see, he showed me his own TradingView. So I was seeing his TradingView looking like this, looking like this. Then I was like, okay, this is called TradingView. Then there's this MetaTrader 5. So after that, I went to YouTube. On YouTube, I searched because I knew if this person knows this thing, it means this thing can be gotten in YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I went and searched Forex trading. Then, fortunately, I met the first video that beginners meet is the trading jig. The trading jig explaining the candlestick anatomy. Yeah, I started learning through candlestick anatomy, everything. Then I went ahead and learned how to use it in TradingView, how to connect TradingView with MT5, and how to execute. Now that is how I got into the Forex space.
Okay. So, you have talked about YouTube, meaning that you ventured into the free content there. I want to know, like now, when you decided to go into YouTube, like how long did that learning journey take you from now being a newbie to, at least having an idea, knowing how to execute, then, building that confidence. So how long did the learning journey take you?
Okay, the first learning journey always the learning that you can know how to execute trades, how to connect TradingView with MT5, and how to
Mm-hmm.
analyze the charts, like how to know the opening and the closing of the candles. That
Mm-hmm.
didn't take me long. I think it
Okay.
took me about a month or two to know about the candlesticks, the
Okay.
trading platforms, and everything. Because I remember I'm born someone who is very hungry to know, to learn, hungry of learning, and then I'm so aggressive. Like I want to know this thing. How is this thing? I could stay in YouTube. By that time, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have networks. So I buy data, then I download videos, about 10 from Trading Geek. And from this other person, the trading channel is called
Mm-hmm.
like that. So after downloading those, I could spend a whole night uh, until morning, until dawn, just going through this thing, writing down small notes, knowing how things are done. Now, that is 2 months. I studied that.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, it took again almost a year of
Mm-hmm.
knowing what a strategy is and
Mm-hmm.
knowing each strategy with its name and how each strategy works. You see, now that is the point where you have the strategy, you try it with a demo account. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
you jump from one strategy to another. The first day you see trading talking about supply and demand. Tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
another person is talking about CRT. Tomorrow you hear about break of structure, change of character, favor. Now that is it. It was about 1 year plus. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. Because now you are consuming almost everything, and the
Yeah.
reality of the market is that you have to narrow down into a specific small thing, a specific edge, if you want to be successful. But again, being a beginner, that is the process, because now you even
Yeah.
have to understand what is an indicator. Before you know if indicators
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
working, you have to understand what they are and that
Yeah.
everything. So I think that is the normal process. But now you have also talked about, a demo, trading demo. So within that time period, or when you felt that you now want to execute on trades, did you, get into that demo, practice that strategy on that demo? And how long did it take you before now you are confident into risking your own capital? How was that process?
But my journey with the demo accounts, it was not that too long, but it was a bit long again. But
Mm-hmm.
then you see, after this 1 year, in this duration of 1 year of learning, you see, I'm now into this space. My FYP, my TikTok FYP is filled with Forex traders now. Now I
Mm-hmm.
visit this account, I hear what they say. Just as you said, you consume everything.
Yeah.
So this is where I was hearing people say, if you want to trade demo, you learn with small accounts because you cannot practice driving with a Prado, knowing very well that you are going to drive a Subaru.
Rashid.
But yeah, a Subaru in the road. So you practice with. I started practicing with small accounts.
Mm-hmm.
I could literally take a $20 account
Mm.
up to $200 account with that demo. So you
Okay.
see, by that
Okay.
at that time, I had not known about having one strategy, having this. After I've seen there's this break of structure, I learned there's this fair value gap, and I learned that price can reverse from this fair value gap and react from here. Just go and take trades and place more positions and stack many positions, and then the market moves. No emotions attached, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Then you just find yourself taking a small account to a bigger one. Now that is how I traded demo. I traded demo for quite long. To me, I traded demo for quite long. Yeah,
And you were successful in that demo.
was very successful in that demo.
Now, my question is, you are successful. It has given you that experience. Now
Yeah,
that you shifted to real funds, at that
yeah.
beginning, did that success translate into making money with real funds? Did you have that beginner's luck? Ama, you went in, then you were terrorized, then you had to come back, maybe do back testing. How was it? Did you experience that beginner's luck where you have no idea, but for whatever reasons, things are just flowing?
I think I didn't. I think I can't consider myself having a beginner's luck. In fact, I didn't have a beginner's luck because, okay, I used to get some small money. So I don't know the beginner's luck always has what amount, okay? But then there was some amounts I was getting in the first. I would deposit very small amounts because I was very confident about my because I could deposit a $4 demo and take it somewhere. So with that same thing, I could go and deposit $5 in my trading account, that is a real account, and take it to about $20. And that could work. And then now as time goes, now you see things start getting tougher here. You start seeing like for this time I've been doing, I still don't know anything because now the market is trying to show you something. You're not
Mm-hmm.
professional yet, you need to do something. That is where now you see you want to deposit that big amount, but then when you just start trading, then emotions kick in. Okay. Now you're like, I was to enter from this fair value gap. I was to enter. Where is it possible to enter? Where is the perfect point? Now you start questioning yourself. Let me go back and study again. It seems like I don't know anything yet. So there's that stage where confusion gets in. You don't know if you know this thing or you don't know because now you're trying to get into the real account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is very interesting. But again, I was very confused because if I take you back to the learning, you say that you used to download materials from YouTube, then you are there overnight. And I
Yeah.
remember you say that during this time period, you are still in campus. So I'm confused if you are studying Forex all night, then I'm very sure during the day you also had classes. So, like, how did you work out this thing? How were you able to be both successful, maybe in forex, at the same time attending your classes, then having this tight schedule, because forex it is not very easy to grasp and be able to make money from it. It has to take you time, it has to take you skill. You have to invest, in fact, a lot of time into it. So how did you organize yourself until you are able to deal with these two things there?
So, in campus you have you okay, I was in KMTC. Let me say KMTC. I was in KMTC, but you see now at night I don't have anything to do. And
Mm-hmm.
given that I had just to go to the charts, I was aggressive in knowing these things. So I didn't care about class. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't care about anything. What I only cared about is knowing this thing. And after going online and seeing how young people are thriving into it, young people are doing it, I said to
Mm-hmm.
myself, I have to do this thing through thick and thin. Now, at that point, I was seeing like I don't care if I'm going to leave this school. I don't care if this school is going to do what. What I care about
Mm-hmm.
is I have to know this thing. I could sit in class and just open chat. I was just now I was in so many forex group, and fortunately one day I got into my PDF and I just met Candlestick Trading Bible.
Okay.
I started reading Candlestick Trading Bible and I couldn't understand it very well. So
Mm-hmm.
ikabidi tena nirudi YouTube.
Okay.
Niende nisome what I saw in the Candlestick Trading Bible. Is it the same thing I could hear? So you see, there's that path that I passed. I had to study so much. In fact, nilijilimit kwa shule ndo nisome hii.
Very nice. That is very interesting there. Then now you have mentioned a lot of fair value gap. Na nikisikia fair value gap, then I go straight to ICT. So confirm to me, like, are you trading ICT, and maybe how is your strategy looking like?
Okay, personally, I don't trade ICT, and if I could trade ICT, I could just grab some small content on it. But I trade smart money concept. I trade SMC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So maybe fair value gaps could be there and
Mm-hmm.
liquidity could be there, but majorly I'm on SMC. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But what I discovered is that all these terms is just changing of words. Like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
somebody rebrand something, calls it something
Yeah.
else, but the
Yeah.
bottom line, it is that same one thing. Yeah.
Yes.
So, like, now I want you to give us, maybe how you approach the market. But first, let us know, like, which market are you exploring? Are you in Forex? Are you in futures? And if you are in Forex, which pairs do you mostly, trade?
Majorly in Forex
Mm-hmm.
and gold. So in Forex market, I trade GBPJPY and
Mm-hmm.
USDJPY. So the JPY pairs, the two JPY pairs, those are the pairs I trade. And a small glimpse of trading gold, though I still wish I can have that courage and that courage of trading gold. Yeah, I'm still working on it. Soon I'll be full time in gold.
Why do you think you need courage to trade gold? Is it the volatility of the asset?
Yeah, yeah, the kind of volatility there. Yeah, the kind of volatility there, and
Crazy.
and then gold. There's just a way gold. It's sometimes misbehave because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
gold just respects the order blocks because I trade SMC.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes gold respect the order blocks very very well, and there comes a times that you will set your order block, set your traps, then gold will visit just that fair value gap that supports your order block, and gold will go like that and will never come back. So yeah, that
Gold,
is
you
that is yeah.
that is true. Like, I also have an experience with gold. In fact, for me, I totally divorced the gold. Like, the amount of volatility and how it reacts, I was like, my personality does not fit that kind of. You have to be on toes for you
Yeah.
to be able to successfully deal with gold. But
Yeah.
that is interesting and very nice to get that perspective. Then now, like, I want to understand now during the day when it is a trading day during the week, like how you organizing yourself, like how many trades are you placing in a day? Do you limit yourself to a certain figure, a certain number of trades as a risk management strategy? Like how do you do it, like a day how many trades, and maybe cumulatively in a week how are you going to place trades there?
Uh, if I place so much trades in a day,
Mm-hmm.
I take two trades. That is maximum. Maximally two trades, because if I wake up, I will visit all the markets and see, because I only trade two pairs now. So
Okay.
I will go to GBPJPY or USDJPY. I see which pair has the best trap or the best setup. Now I will go and set my trap there. Once the price taps my zone, the price starts moving. No, I will not enter any trade again until I see my setup hit TP, or I see my setup hitting stop loss or a break even, or I close that trade because of other reasons. But before that, I don't enter any other trade.
Oh, that's okay. Then now you are trading different pairs. You have said the GPP and the U. Was it euro or pound? You know. But what I want to understand is between these different pairs, do you have different strategies on how you approach a particular pair, or you have a single strategy that will work overall on all those pairs?
I work with a single strategy across those two pairs, because you see now, GBPJPY and USDJPY, they have positive correlation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, positive
Because
correlation. I think people know about positive correlation. If they're in uptrend, they're in uptrend.
mm,
So I've seen both of
mm,
these pairs are in uptrend or downtrend. I will see which one has the best order block to take trades from it.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I work with one strategy on all of them.
Okay, so order block. You have mentioned a lot of order block. So in your trading, it means that the one main thing you have to see before you enter trade, or what gives you the confluence and the confidence to enter that trade, is mostly the order block. Or am I right? Or maybe you can expound, like what gives you the confidence to enter into a new trade? What things do you have to see? Like, does the market have to break structure? Maybe those fair value gaps. What is the order of your confluences there?
If I have a good break of structure or a change of character, then I have a supporting fair value gap, which means it has to leave a fair value gap, which means it's a liquidity at itself that will drag the market down to pick other orders from there. That is a good order block. Then I will see again a liquidity formed just just near that order block. I must see a liquidity. Now, after seeing a good break of structure, seeing liquidity there, I see this break of structure has a good fair value gap on it. Then I just go and mark my order block with the fair value gap. Then I have the liquidity. After the price takes the liquidity, I will enter that market, because after all, I've learned that we always work on speculations. You just have to enter it. The worst that can happen is stop loss. So we enter the market.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you said on a day you are looking to execute two trades. So it means that maybe you are an intraday trader. But now I want to understand, like, for how long on a single trade on average. Some trades can go even 2 hours, maybe 7 hours, or a whole day. But averagely, how are you holding on onto a single trade?
You see now, if I when I wake up, I will look for a setup. Then maybe I'll enter this setup maybe in the evening or in the afternoon, depending on the volatility of that market on that day.
Okay.
So if I have my order block kicked, then the market starts going to my direction. I will hold as long as the price will hit that TP. So you see the price is going to hit the TP, not every day the same time. Maybe this day we have good volatility, which means the market is going to hit your TP very fast. So after the market hitting TP, if I see another order block created well, I will still wait for the market to come back to that order block and take another trade. So if the market is a bit slow, I can hold maybe until in the evening, or if I see the market is doing a lot of consolidation, or maybe there's an internal range liquidity trying to pull on the market, I will exit that trade.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is interesting. Then now, like when you are active in the markets, how I want to understand like how you are trading, because you know there are other people, they will place their targets, maybe TP, TP1, whatever, then place their stops. Then they will go do other activities while the market, you know, plays by itself. So if either of them is hit, they're okay. But again, other people, you know, will sit down watching the markets, maybe taking partials, you know, managing that trade. But for you, I want to understand, like, are you micromanaging your trades, or you just place your targets and leave the market to play to any of them?
I just place my stop loss and my take profit. I go do other things online because still up to now I'm still doing other businesses online. Yeah, I'm still doing other businesses online. So after placing my trades, I don't stay in the market because we will end up closing a trade earlier, or you will end up having unnecessary emotions. So after placing my trades, I give the market time to play out. I may just visit the market and see, because you know you have to check if there is news or there is no news on that
Mm-hmm.
day. And then
Mm-hmm.
if there is no news, you just visit it at the times and see if the stop loss is hit or the TP is hit or the market is where you can close it. So si lazima ati TP yako lazima ipigwe. Maybe there is that other day that you just decide to close the market because you see it's nearing the TP, but now the volatility becomes very, very low.
Okay, interesting. But you have somewhere mentioned news. So I want to understand how you are aligning yourself with these fundamentals. So, like, there's news like the CPI, the FOMC that are, you know, critical in driving the market. So, like, on that particular day when you have news, how are you going to approach your trading? Like, are you going to be careful, or are you going to wait for the news to happen then enter into trade, or are you going to avoid trading on those particular days? So how is fundamentals, especially news events, maybe on the red folder news, how are they going to affect your trading on that particular day?
You know, if the news was on that day and I've entered the trade very, very well in the morning, maybe
Mm-hmm.
when the news is approaching, you can close your trades, or you
Mm-hmm.
can close some trades and leave some running, maybe uh, for the benefit of doubt for the news. Maybe the news can go your direction, so you can leave those few positions to run. Yeah, so it's just like that.
Oh, okay. Uh, Squeezy, you know, capital. There is capital. Sometimes capital is a challenge, but these days there is a prop firm. And for me, I'm a consumer of prop firms, and they have been able to give me that leverage, the amount of capital that I could not have got. But if I leverage on prop firms, I'm able to do my trading and I'm able to do some withdrawals here and there. So I don't know about you, but I want to know, are you also, you know, exploring these prop firms, or you are more into your own personal account trying to grow that account? And if you are using prop firms, which prop firms are you on, and what's the experience with that prop firm? Because prop firms, yes, they give you that leverage. But again, not all of them are there for your interest. They are not there for you to make money. They want to make money fast. So others, they have experiences in denying payouts. They have rules that are there to work against you. But I want to understand, what is your experience if you are using prop firms in exploring that field?
I've never experienced prop farms so much, but though I've ever imagined of using them. But you see, I told you I'm doing other businesses online about marketing, digital marketing, and others. So I kind of generate some money from there, deposit in the market. So I've been just trading my own money.
Then now, if you're trading your own money, maybe you can give us the experience with your broker. Do you have problems with your broker? How is your experience with trading your own personal?
You see now trading your own personal accounts, maybe it cannot expose you to that too much risk management or that too much discipline
Mm-hmm.
that we might say prop firms can give you. But
Mm-hmm.
then uh, you have good access. You see, prop firms. I don't deny prop firms, but you can make money. You see, the market is not ours. We don't move the market. And now you can make money for all those days, and then you reach a point that you just get your prop firm, or maybe you breach something that you don't know after making that a lot of money. You see, now all these days you've been making money, but now you cannot use this money. Yet you've been getting good setups. You leverage on them well. So yeah, I just have to use that my own account, because after all, if I get a nice setup, I will have my TP hit, then that amount that I'll be making that day, it's my money. I'll be
Yeah, yeah,
using it all. Yeah.
yeah. You know, uh, prop firms, they are another
Yeah.
risk. It is just like it's another risk because there are other prop firms that may deny you, your payout after working that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are so many risks associated to that. But now, talking about risk management, I want to understand how you are doing your risk management. Like, if you are having, let's say, 100,000, your account is 100,000. Like, how you are going to approach your risk? Do you have a minimum percentage of that account that you are going to trade? Then, upscale slowly. How are you doing your risk management?
You see, now I use HFM as my broker. HFM has that part where you can deposit your money in the wallet and now transfer a part of it to your trading account. Okay.
Okay.
So I've deposited that amount in my HFM wallet account. I now transfer that one which I want to risk in my
Mm-hmm.
trading account. Now in that my
Mm-hmm.
trading account, after knowing what I want to risk, I just know I'm expecting these pips and I'm willing to lose these pips. I calculate how much do I want to make from here. If I always risk 1 to 3.
Okay.
So I have 1 to 3, and I have these pips, I have this stop loss. You adjust your lot size according to the pips you are expecting from the market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's it. That's interesting. Then, you know, there was a moment when you were not making money. That's obvious. Then it reached a moment that consistency, kicked in. Then now you have mastered maybe your strategy, your edge. You have maybe mastered yourself in terms of those psychological challenges. Like, if you can take us back, what are some of the things that you were doing back when you were not making money that were hindering you from making those profits? Then now, when you worked on those one, two, three things, then you are able to transition into now being able to pull some profits to the market. So, what are some of these challenges there before? Then you had to work on them. Then now you are able to consistently make something from the market.
Okay. If I have to change something in the market, if I'm a beginner, to change my habit, I would know how to work with my strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this happens to the people who don't have mentors like us. You see, if you study without a mentor, that is where you start consuming everything, and then it
Mm-hmm.
takes you another longer time trying to get that one thing that you want to be consistent on. But
Mm-hmm.
now you see what I would change, or
Mm-hmm.
just tell my mind that there is nobody who is driving this market. Every other big trader is working on speculations like I do. Now, if I've learned this thing from this person, you see, the biggest thing here is not that strategy. The biggest thing is in your mind. What do you think when you enter that trade? Sometimes a beginner just using support and resistance is getting a good setup, a very, very good and quality setup. But now, just pressing that buy or sell button is a problem. Yes, you have capital. Yes, you have the knowledge. You do not want to press that buy or sell button. You do not want to place that trade just because something is telling you at the back of your mind, is it a good trade or not? Okay. Now, what we must know, or what I must know if I have to change something, is that we are all working in speculations. If I don't get it right now, I'm going to get another setup. And everything that is going to protect me is risk management. If
Mm-hmm.
I risk this one lose, the next time I will get the same setup, and it will go direct to my TP, and I'll save the day. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest hindrance of many traders, uh, or the biggest challenge to traders making profit, it is themselves. You are your own problem. Like you have psychological hindrances which you don't understand, but if you give it the time, you work on it, maybe you are able. But again, you see, we are humans. We are emotional beings. Like there is no way you can be able to eliminate emotions from yourself. So, like for you, how have you been trying to, limit these emotional challenges in your trading? Like, are you, or you have already taken them out, then you are trading like a robot? Can somebody be able to trade like a robot without this emotional, or you have to learn like trading alongside your emotions? Like, how are you approaching it, you yourself?
Basically, you can trade best out of your emotions when you are managing someone's account, or you are trading someone's capital. But the
Mm-hmm.
moment you take your 10,000, your 50,000, your 100,000 and deposit it in that, the only thing that will save you there is the lot size that you will use and the risk that you have calculated. At the back of your mind, you have calculated that I'm risking uh, this percentage in the market. So if I have 100,000, I've already told myself I want to have 10 trades from this one. So I'll be risking 10,000 in each trade. And what will I be expecting? I'll be expecting maybe 30,000 each trade. Okay. Now, what will save me from having emotional damage or emotional torture here is that, am I working with my risk, or am I entering the market and just pressing that button until I see not enough money? You see? Now
Okay.
that is what will save you. The moment you will get a good risk management plan, you know how you manage your risk, and you know how you are working with your money in the market. Now you'll just sit down, and another thing, you have to be confident in that trade. You see the market coming back to your entry, but you say, if this market closed below here, I will close this my trade. But before that, I cannot close this trade. Now that will help you maintain it. It will save you from holding too much losses and closing. There's something that will always tell you, you have
Mm-hmm.
already reached 5,000, bro. Take out this money. It's better you get this 5,000 than losing it again. And then you are going to take that 5,000. And then there's this other time you're in a loss of 10,000, and this thing tells you, Just wait, this thing will come back to this entry and you will just close it. Then you end up blowing that account. So to
That
save
is,
yourself,
that is, trading with hope. And in the market, hope is never a
yeah,
strategy.
yeah, yeah. So
That
in
is
the
true.
market, you just get in with the skill you learned, have work. The last thing that will take you the longest time if you are not careful is how to manage your emotions, your psychology, and how you work with your strategy and how you build confidence in the market. That will save you a lot.
Yeah, and I think to build that confidence, then you must be able to risk only the amount that you can afford to lose. That is because
Yeah,
now the challenge begins when you have a bigger lot size. So when you are seeing those big fluctuations, then you become emotionally invested in that trade. Now when you are emotionally invested, it's either if it was to be a winning trade, you are going to exit that trade before it matures,
yeah.
or if it was a losing trade, you are going to hold on to that trade hoping that it will come back. You see, and
And then also you can also have good setups every day, but you are afraid to press that. You see, you just think this I will lose this money. I don't want. Let me see if this setup will play out. Then that setup will hit TP. The next setup you'll place, you fail to enter. You see the setup starts playing out. You start chasing the market now. Let me enter from here, and now you see now your risk management will have totally been done away with. So you start chasing the market, and the market will teach you that there's no your mother in market, there's no your relative in the market, and you'll blow all your money.
the market doesn't care.
Yeah, the market doesn't care.
That's interesting. But there's somewhere you said, you talked about expectation. And I remembered that there are some people, especially beginner traders. Mtu anasema, me, I'm not greedy. Me, if I make 2,000, 3,000 a day, I'm okay. But again, the reality of the market is that it is not every day that you are going to present yourself, then hit those consistent wins. You know, there must be losses. It is natural. You must hit a loss. So some days you can make money, some days you may not make money. So my question is, do you think it is a good mindset for a beginner trader to have, like to have a minimum expectation from the market? Is it something that it can work against? It can work from. Is this something that can work from the market, or it is something that can work against that trader? How can you advise somebody there?
How do you want to have expectations when you have risk to reward ratio? See, I'm risking this and I want to get this. Maybe eh, only if you see this market might not hit my TP, and instead
Mm-hmm.
of putting a break even, I can just
Mm-hmm.
close because I will count that day as there are those days that we will hit the break even and we will close the trades when they've not reached the TP. But then that is not working on the target you want to reach every day. Okay, some people will work with targets, but then if your target doesn't speak about a risk to reward ratio, then I can't validate that.
It will just work against.
Yeah.
Okay, that is interesting. But now you have been in the markets for a while, and we now want to understand, like, for this while, how you have progressed, how you have been able to do your thing. So if it's okay with you, you can share with us, maybe in this time period you have been a trader, like how much, what is the biggest withdrawal you have made from the market, and also on the flip side, because there are always losses, what is that one loss which you hit and then you are like almost destabilizing you? So give us the highest amount of return you have got from the market, then the highest amount that you have returned to the market there.
Okay. There was this time.
Hmm.
There was this time I made a lot of money. I made about 100,000. But unfortunately, the market took it again.
So
So
the whole 100K.
no, it was not that whole, but a good amount of it was taken back to the market.
Mm-hmm.
Then from there, I've been making pretty good money. Yeah, I've been making pretty good money. But the biggest loss I've ever taken is that it was about 70,000 that went back to the market. Yeah, and that is the point that you feel like, should I go back and study again, or
Mm.
should I stop doing it? You see now things starts coming in that this 70,000 you could just go and buy something very serious and it would have
Yeah.
been better. You would have been seeing this your money. But then if you've said that I will still make another one from the market, you will not have any stress about it.
Yeah, losing is very painful. You know, we come to the market expecting to get something. When you lose, it is not easy. But again, it is the reality of the markets there.
Yeah.
But
That is that is
yeah,
why I say that is why
mhm.
I say you should not be having big risks. You see, you now expect the market to come back and the market doesn't. There's that time you will hit TP in 3 days, and then the next day something will just come and tell you today, don't put that stop loss, don't put that TP, just go full. And then that day, uh, the
you
market
wake
will
up,
tell you,
you
you,
have blown your account.
yes. And then that day you will find yourself you deposited the whole amount you had in your life in that account. And then that amount will just go like that and you will do nothing about it.
Okay, that is that is interesting. So
Yeah.
I we are almost on the tail end of this, but I will really need to ask you some three questions here for the beginner traders, so that you can give them your perspective. You know, depending on the experience that you've had. So, depending on this experience, like you have been there for years, there are some things you have learned in this journey. But again, if somebody places you back, you know, if you have to begin again, what are some of the things that you are doing wrong that if you go back again and concentrate on maybe one or two things, it can be able to reduce that learning phase, or can be able to reduce that time you are taking from maybe 6 months to maybe 2 months or something? What can you do different?
If I'm going back to start as a beginner trader who doesn't have a mentor,
Mm-hmm.
I will go there knowing that I want to work with one strategy. I want to trade maybe two or maximum the three pairs.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I want to know that this market, no one owns the market. And we retail traders don't uh, drive this market. After knowing those three things, I will take my whole 3 months. If I'm learning SMC, I will learn smart money concept for that 3 months. Then the remaining months I'll be working on back testing this. You see now that's 3 months I've back tested, I've done everything. Now this remaining months I'll be working on my psychology, my emotions. I'll be knowing that after all my confluences, after I've seen liquidity taken out, I have a good break of structure or change of character, then I have the market tapping my order block. I will learn to go and press that buy or sell button and set my stop loss and set my TP and let the market run. If I will do that for another 2 months, I've been good in the market because now I don't have to be confused. You see, the moment you start believing that this strategy is better than this, you will start doubting your setups. But then all these strategies are narrowing up to one thing, seeing if this market is going up or down. The
Mm-hmm.
destination is one. So if I have this one strategy I want to learn, I will learn this strategy very well. I will work on my emotions now. Learn one strategy and work on your emotions and psychology very, very well. That is where you are going to help yourself
Yeah, that's
as
true.
a
You have
beginner.
you have to narrow down into specifics, But you have
Yeah.
also mentioned somewhere backtesting. Like, which tool have you used to backtest?
I only backtest with TradingView.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So instead of taking that 2000, depositing it into that trading account and blowing it, just take that 2000, go and pay it for TradingView. After you've paid for TradingView, you will have a number of things there. You will have more indicators, learning on all those indicators, learning on everything. You'll be having many things in TradingView that maybe someone who is using the free version will not be having. Now you'll start back testing until that time when now you're going to uh, get into the real market. You now have that confidence. You know, if the market behaves like this, I behave like this.
Okay, that's true. That's true. TradingView, if you have a paid version, you are able to backdate that chart, then you can run it up, you know, into the real time. So, there is somebody right now who is struggling to find a resource, to find a strategy, and narrow down into a working edge. Like, if you have to point this somebody to a certain resource, which is this one resource that he can go to and is able to, get all those things.
Sorry, pardon your question.
Yeah, yeah. Like, how can if you can give us the one resource where a beginner trader can go, and in that resource can be able to identify maybe a strategy or a working edge, maybe a certain book which has helped you personally, or maybe a YouTube, because now you yourself, you have learned through YouTube on certain channels. So which channel do you think you can point somebody to, and if he goes that, he can be able to learn this skill and advance it at their own time?
Okay. You see, there's this psychology that most of the people do not know. If you go to an African channel and watch their content, you will get them better than you get in a trading jig, trading channel, and all those international traders.
Mhm.
So if you can just go, basically, I learned more about SMC from Happiness Anson. Very many people know that lady. She is from Nigeria and
Mhm.
she trades purely smart money concept. HCNFX Academy. Now, you are going to get, she has so many things. You can watch his live trading sessions. You see how she starts analyzing the market, how she puts the orders, how she enters the trades. And from there, you'll get to know, okay, so these people still do the same thing I do and they make the money. It means the difference between me and them is the amount they deposit and the courage that they press the buy or sell button, or the courage that they place trades. You see, now after coming from there, just go to YouTube and search SMC Smart Money Concept. Some of the things you can look from ChatGPT, from Google. If you see something that you don't understand from this person who is teaching you on YouTube, you have ChatGPT. Go and ask that question. You have Google. Go and ask that question. Okay?
By the way, yeah, yeah, yeah. In this century, in 2026, information is easily accessed. No, we have AI. You have no excuse. Whatever you
Yes.
want to learn, it is basically on your device, on your hand. So
Yes.
maybe if you are too lazy, that's when you can't access that. But
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
uh, I heard somebody and I say, like, for me, I'm treating this trading like a hobby. Like, I have some other things that I'm doing. Like, for you now, you have other businesses. Then you, on the side, you also have trading. Like, are you considering trading as a hobby, or it is the main thing? And this other thing maybe is the side hustle. And do you think if you want to be successful or massively successful, will you be successful by treating it as a hobby, or you have to immerse yourself fully and treat it maybe like a business? But for yourself, how are you balancing your work, trading, which is the main thing and which is the other thing?
If you treat trading like a hobby, trading will treat you like a hobby. And if you treat trading as a business, trading will also treat you as a business. So you will be talking about making money or making loss, making profit or making loss. That is what you will be talking with the trading in two conditions. But if you start treating trading like an hobby, then trading will also treat you as a hobby in this way. Trading will give you profits the day it wants to give you profits, which means you just went to the market, and because it's a hobby, you want to do it when you feel like you want to do it. Now, on that day that you want to do it, the market will do its own things. It will be jumping. The market will treat you carelessly. So if you don't go into that thing, you see your business, you have to wake up to get into that business. Whether you want, whether you like it or not, you have to, even if you are working for someone, okay, you are working, you are employed, you have to get into that market, maybe in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening. You see that? Now, the best moment that you are going to now be massively profitable in trading is that time that you will now be full time into it. Everything else aside from trading, you will treat it as a hobby, or you will treat it as a side
It
hustle.
also okay.
Yeah.
That is interesting. And Josh, I think
Yes.
you have been able to share a lot of value, and the people at home, I'm very sure they are going to pick very important things from this conversation, and if they apply it, they may be able to make some coins from the market. So I want to appreciate and thank you for your time. And ladies and gentlemen, if you like the episode, you can continue liking the episode. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll continue bringing you this kind of value. So, ladies and gentlemen, that has been my time. Until next time, peace.
Peace.
Thank you.